To make this story even more fun, listen carefully to play along with our guessing game.
Once upon a time, in a small, busy town, there was a very special spider named Silky. Silky was not like other spiders because she had an amazing gift. She could weave the softest, coziest socks anyone had ever worn. Instead of making webs, Silky spent her days spinning and weaving beautiful socks of all colors and sizes. People from all over the town would visit Silky's little corner, hoping to get a pair of her magical socks to keep their feet warm and toasty. Silky loved to make others happy, so she worked hard every day, weaving with her silky threads. Everyone who wore Silky's socks felt like they were walking on soft, fluffy clouds. One day, as Silky was finishing a bright pink pair of socks, she heard a knock on her door. Knock, knock! Who could it be? Silky wondered as she hurried to see. At the door stood a little girl with a big smile, who had heard about Silky's wonderful socks and wanted a pair of her own. Silky was delighted to have a new friend and excited to share her gift. Little did she know, this visit would start a big adventure. And that's where our story begins, with Silky, the kindest spider in town, ready to spin her way into a heartwarming adventure.
Can you guess what will happen next? Will Silky decide to weave a magical item to help with the sock production? Or will Silky find a friend to help share the workload? Let's get back to the story to find out.
After the little girl left with a bounce and a smile, wearing her new, warm socks, word began to spread about Silky's amazing talent. Soon, more knocks were heard at Silky's door. This time, it wasn't just one friend. There were 2, then 3, then 4, until there was a long line of friends from all over the town waiting to get some of Silky's special socks. Silky was happy to help and started weaving socks faster than ever before. She made red socks, blue socks, striped socks, and spotted socks. Despite working all day and all night, the line of friends seemed to get even longer. As Silky weaved and weaved, she began to feel a bit worried. Could she make enough socks for everyone? She didn't want anyone to be disappointed or have cold feet. Silky realized she needed to find a way to make socks even faster or find some help. She thought and thought, spinning in her web, trying to come up with a good plan. That night, as she looked up at the stars, an idea began to twinkle in her mind, just like a bright star shining in the dark sky. Maybe, just maybe, Silky thought, there's a way to make everyone happy. And with that hopeful thought, Silky drifted off to sleep, dreaming of socks and the big day ahead.
Can you guess what will happen next? Will Silky find a magical tool that weaves socks instantly? Or will Silky come up with an innovative idea to increase production? Let's get back to the story to find out.
The next morning, Silky woke up with her big idea still shining bright in her mind. She decided to teach her friends how to weave socks too. If everyone could make their own socks, then no one would have cold feet and everyone would be happy. Silky started by inviting her closest friends, the ants, the beetles, and even the butterflies, to learn how to weave. She showed them how to spin the silk and weave it into beautiful, cozy socks. At first, it was hard for her friends. They tangled the threads, dropped the needles, and made many mistakes. But Silky was patient and kind. She knew that learning something new could be tricky. Slowly, with Silky's help, everyone started to get better at weaving. The ants made tiny, perfect socks. The beetles liked making big, chunky socks. And the butterflies, they made the most colorful socks anyone had ever seen. Together, they were a great team. But even with all the help, there was still a problem. There were so many friends wanting socks, and even with everyone weaving, they couldn't make them fast enough. Silky's big idea had helped a lot, but it wasn't enough to solve the problem completely. She needed to come up with another plan, and fast, to make sure everyone in town could have warm, cozy feet.
Can you guess what will happen next? Will they discover a new hobby? Or will their operation expand further? Let's get back to the story to find out.
As Silky worried about what to do next, she took a break and went for a little walk. And it was during this walk that she stumbled upon the perfect solution. She saw a big, empty room in an old house. What if, thought Silky, we all worked together in this big room? We could make so many socks if we all worked in the same place. Filled with new hope, Silky rushed back to tell her friends about her idea. They all agreed and got excited about working together in the big room. So they moved their threads, needles, and colorful silk into the room and started to weave together. Working in the same room made things much easier and faster. They laughed, shared stories, and helped each other out. The socks were piling up like mountains. Soon there were enough socks for everyone in town. The line of friends waiting for socks became shorter and shorter, and everyone's feet were cozy and warm. Silky was so happy to see everyone smiling and thankful for their new socks. She realized that by working together, not only did they make enough socks for everyone, but they also had a lot of fun. It was a perfect solution, and Silky couldn't help but feel proud of what they had all achieved together.
Can you guess what will happen next? A sudden snowstorm tests the warmth of the socks. Or the town starts a new tradition celebrating friendship and creativity. Let's get back to the story to find out.
With everyone in town wearing warm, colorful socks, Silky's big adventure came to a happy end. The town decided to have a special celebration for Silky and her friends to say thank you. There was music, dancing, and a big cake shaped like a sock. Everyone cheered for Silky, the kindest spider, and her friends for their hard work and creativity. During the party, the mayor of the town gave Silky a beautiful ribbon as a token of everyone's gratitude. The ribbon was shiny and had pictures of socks all over it. Silky felt very special and grateful. She realized that the best part wasn't just making socks, it was making so many new friends and working together. From that day on, the big room became a fun place where anyone in town could come to weave socks and other cozy things. Silky and her friends taught more and more friends how to weave. The town was full of laughter, and no one ever had cold feet again. And whenever someone new learned how to weave, Silky would smile and remember the adventure that started it all. She knew that together they could solve any problem and make the world a cozier place for everyone. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you liked this video, please go ahead and push the like button. If you like the content and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.